Welcome back to Recap Machine. Today we will go on an adventure with an interesting film called White as Snow. Enjoy the recap. At the beginning of the film we see a young girl named Claire having a shower. She soon gets dressed and meets her stepmother, who complains that there are no apples. She goes on to give more instructions to Claire. Her stepmother Maud tells Claire her father doesn't like slacking off. We can assume the family owns some sort of hotel where Claire works. Claire goes to her apartment and sleeps the next day. While going on a jog, Claire gets kidnapped by a stranger. She screams, but no one is nearby to hear her. We soon get a look at the kidnapper, who is her stepmother. While driving, Maud crashes the car into a tree, knocking herself unconscious. Claire uses this as an opportunity to get out of the trunk of the car and starts to run blindly into the forest, but unfortunately her stepmother catches up. Surprising Claire, Maud points a gun at Claire and says she is too pretty, and if she wasn't too beautiful she won't have done this. Maud shoots Claire, but a person walking through the forest rescues Claire. The next morning Claire finds herself sleeping in a bed. She is half naked. A person walks in with some medication and food. Claire asks if her stepmother died. The person confesses he was out in the forest to hunt but mistakenly shot a woman. In reality, Maud never shot Claire. Instead, she got shot by this person. The person asks how Claire got into this mess, but even she is unaware. Soon the person gives her some clothes and says his name is Pierre. While Claire roams around the house, she tries calling Maud, but the phone goes to the answering machine. Just then a person named Vincent storms into the kitchen trying to find his inhaler. Later Vincent shows where he plays his music. He also shows off his instrumental skills, and his pet dog Claire likes the music and motivates Vincent. Soon a guy who looks just like Pierre shows up and wakes up Claire. Soon we realize this is Francois, a twin. He has a stuttering problem. Pierre shows up and asks Claire to leave. Claire asks if she can stay any longer, but Pierre doesn't want anyone coming to his house. Claire starts sobbing. She slaps Pierre. When he yells at her, Pierre pulls her clothes and leaves, but comes back and kisses her. They both start making out, and then Pierre leaves her. Later we see Claire undressing and sleeping. She hears some footsteps and thinks someone might enter her room. After getting up, Claire joins Vincent on his way to meet a dog's doctor. The doctor shows an unusual interest in Claire. On their way home, Vincent tells her he will buy her a drink, but they stop by a bookshop where Claire meets Charles. Charles also shows a lot of interest in Claire and bows down to her beauty. Charles recommends Claire some spots to visit. While drinking, Claire and Vincent talk and share their childhood memories. They create a good bond. She also shares how her mom died. When they get back home, Vincent gifts Claire his violin, but Pierre comes storming and says Claire should have kept a low profile because now everyone in town knows there is a girl. Soon Claire goes to see Pierre and asks him if he wants her to leave, but they both start making out and having an intimate moment. He goes down on her and later they make love outside the house. Later the doctor comes home to see Vincent's dog. The doctor starts talking to Claire about love at first sight, but soon leaves. At night, Claire can't sleep and goes out of her room and sees Pierre watching an action movie. She sits beside him and starts to rub his tight with her leg. She gives him seducing look, and the scene changes to them having afterward. Francois says something with a stutter and Claire realizes she just has sex with Francois because she thought it was Pierre. She doesn't like Francois lying to her, but they both start laughing. The next morning, Claire goes for a jog and meets a guy on a motorcycle named Gilbo. They both go to a church where Gilbo asks Claire if she wants to confess anything. Claire admits she is staying with the twin brothers and also sleeping with them. Later, we see her going to a cafe and taking up a job as a waitress. The story jumps back 7 days earlier, where we see Maud meeting with a guy who is not her husband. She is having an affair with another man. Maud tells him she wants to take a break, and he agrees. Soon he calls Claire and tells her he loves her. Unfortunately, Maud listens to this and decides she wants to take Claire out of the equation. On her job, Claire meets Charles and his son, who seem nice. She also meets Sam, the dog doctor. He tells her he had a dream about her. He promises to tell her the dream if she goes on a date with him. Claire says yes. Meanwhile, Maud can be seen driving while smoking a cigar. Claire and Sam dance in a club and enjoy each other's company. A random guy tries to get close to Claire but Sam comes in to save her. But the guy again gets close to Claire. This time Sam yells and pushes the guy just before the guy can hit Sam. Charles' son gets in the middle and knocks down the pervert man. Claire asks why Sam didn't protect her and also tells him to thank Clement while driving back home. She calls Sam fragile, but she also likes him. He instantly stops his car and they both start making out. Maud finally reaches the town and finds Claire on her job. She goes to a bookshop where she meets Charles and asks for a town guidebook. Charles calls Maud beautiful and says another beautiful young girl is living in the town. Later she visits the church and meets Gilbo. She tells him she is looking for her daughter-in-law. Gilbo says he knows about Claire and agrees to help. We then see Claire with Charles and Clement. Claire comes home and sits with Pierre and his twin. They all talk and have a great time while smoking. Soon we see Claire dancing. As she is getting high, she moves around the room while both brothers watch her. Moments later, Claire plays the gifted violin. The next morning on her jog, she meets Clement and asks if he has a girlfriend, but Clement instantly tries to kiss Claire, but she pushes him away. He gets scared and runs away, and Claire laughs. Later Claire goes to the church and meets the father. He then takes Claire to Maud, who lies and talks innocent. Maud asks Claire to come home with her, but she denies it and says she has made a lot of friends and doesn't want to go back to the city. Claire says she wants to go to her work. Maud agrees to give her a lift, but while on their way Maud stops the car and says Claire to check the flat tire. Maud wants to push Claire off the cliff, but just then the father comes on his motorcycle and they leave. On her job, Claire meets Charles, who is concerned about his son because he gets angry with him. Charles says his son Clement judges him for being close to Claire, but Claire assures Charles she doesn't mind his friendliness. Charles asks Claire to talk with Clement, so he stops judging him. Claire agrees to help Charles and says she will stop by Clement after her work is over. In the next scene we see Clement practicing his kicking on a punching bag. Claire enters the room, but Clement is surprised to see her. Instead of talking about Charles, Claire brings up the morning subject when Clement kissed her, but she doesn't seem upset or angry. Instead she talks in a seductive way. She gets close and kisses him. Claire then goes to see Charles. She says she took care of it, but Charles tries to hit on her. Claire reminds her not to be inappropriate. Charles asks her to punish him. At first Claire says no, but he gets too close to her. She starts slapping him and smacking him with a cane. Claire runs away laughing at the man. Later, while riding her cycle, Sam meets her and says he will drop her. Sam asks after that night why didn't she call him back, but Claire doesn't seem much interested. After reaching home they see Vincent and his dog outside. Vincent asks Claire if she is going to come to his room to listen to his music. Sam thinks this 20 minutes means something else and hits Vincent in the face. Sam in a rage leaves the house, and later we see Claire and Vincent playing instruments. They both seem happy playing their instruments. Maud, on the other hand, is planning something sinister. She pours a poisonous liquid into an apple. The next day both Claire and Maud go near a waterfall. Claire is half naked while Maud brushes her back. Maud says someone is watching them, but they don't find anyone. After getting dressed, Maud gives Claire the poisonous apple. Just when Claire is going to eat the apple, Clement comes out. Maud tries to push him away, and he leaves. Claire leaves the apple and goes after Clement. Later they both can be seen playing around in the water like children. They start making out in the rain. Maud, knowing this, complained about Claire to her lover. Maud tells him Claire is sleeping with multiple men to get a thrill. He doesn't believe it and feels upset because even he likes her. Maud feels the upsetness in his voice and tries to ask if he will never do such a thing. At night we see Claire in the club and Charles is also there. They both start dancing until Sam comes in and snatches away Claire. Sam says he doesn't like watching her with other guys. Claire laughs and continues her dancing. Maud follows Claire to the club. Claire asks Vincent to dance with her. He is not ready at first, but then gets completely taken away, and they both dance passionately. Pierre and Clement, also present in the club, watch Claire going all over the place. Maud orders 2 glasses of wine and adds some poison to 1 glass, but Clement knocks on the glass and tells Claire he doesn't trust her. Maud also joins Claire and gets close to dance with her. She gives a drink to Claire. After drinking, Claire and Maud dance together, but in a while Claire loses her control and feels dizzy. Maud says she'll take her home, While driving, Maud opens the car door and kicks out Claire, pushing her off the cliff. Maud goes to the church and prays in front of Jesus, but while she is lighting candles, her dress catches fire, burning her alive. The next morning we see Claire in the hospital. Pierre and his twin give her a kiss. Vincent goes for a kiss but leaves her. Sam cries and kisses her hand. Charles brushes her shoulder and leaves. Clement also gives her a kiss on the cheek. The father patted her forehead after they all have shown their love. She wakes up with a smile. We see all 7 men standing inside the hospital room, looking at her as her smile grows wider. The scene fades out and the movie ends. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. Also, what did you think of this film? Let me know in the comments below, along with a movie you want to see recapped.